exploitation of workers.
They're bringing in more and more part-timers, doing the exact same work as full-timers.
60 days continuously.
Only getting a 2-hour lunch relief shift.
Their hours could be cut at any point, and they don't know.
You can't live your life that way.
Yeah, getting their side out in commercials. LCBO employees sharing stories on LickyLeaks.ca, website coming from OPSEU, the union representing LCBO workers. All this ahead of Monday's strike deadline. Let's shine a little light into the talks that are still ongoing right now. Smokey Thomas is with OPSEU, the OPSEU President, who joins us right now. He can bring us up to date on the talks. Talks still ongoing.
Yeah, they're still over at a hotel here in downtown Toronto, slugging it out. The odds are, if it's anything, the other rounds of bargaining, they'll end up going all night for the next couple of nights and see if we can't get a deal.
Where are we at the sticking points right now that you?
Well, I'd call them quality of life issues are the real sticklers. It's now 84% part-time employees. Wages range from $12.90 to $27 an hour, but only a small percent are at the top rate. And oddly enough, money is not the issue. It's shift scheduling, part-time work, having shifts canceled on you while you're on your way. We had one fellow work 94-hour shifts in a row, but somebody else was working the other 4 hours. So we say to management, that's a colossal failure in management. You must be able to do something about scheduling to make people's lives better.
Is there going to be a strike?
Well, I don't know. If I knew, I'd phone the bookies in Vegas. But
okay, if you're phoning bookies in Vegas, which could be a crapshoot, so what are you putting your money on?
I'd go on history. The last 3 rounds of bargaining with this employer, the LCBO, which is a Crown agency owned by the government, they've always bragged after about how they've had record sales, how they moved all this product out, everything else, and I think they're kind of hooked on that sort of cycle now of whipping the public into a frenzy, selling all kinds of alcohol, and then get the deal. We've always got the deal at the 11th hour. The employer always hangs on to a couple of things they know the workers could or would never accept, and the union could never recommend for ratification. They let that go when just about time all the rest of the deal's done and we get a deal. So I got my fingers crossed this time that if history is going to repeat itself. I don't like the way they bargain. There's better ways of doing things, but they seem to be hooked on this process.
You're not saying they're trying to push more product just by dragging out these talks, are you?
Yeah, I know. I think they are, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. This is interesting then. So everybody is, and if you've been to the LCBO in the last 24 hours, it's like 3 Christmas times right now. What do people need to know if there isn't a strike and they have all this booze at home?
If it's unopened, you can return it, and my folks will be happy to do the returns for you.
Okay, so remember that. If you did stock up, don't open it up, and if there isn't a strike, you can still go and get your full money back.
You can take it back, yep.
All right. Thank you very much, OPSEU President Smokey Thomas. Now, I'm glad you came in. But we put in a request to the LCBO to join us here on BT, but they told us they're not doing any interviews. Instead, they're directing everyone to their website and their Twitter account at LCBO News for updates. Here's one of the latest statements from the LCBO. It reads, in part, the LCBO wants to reach a fair, sustainable, and responsible collective agreement with the OPSEU Liquor Board Employees Division. That's it. And that's, should a labor disruption happen, LCBO planning to provide some level of service across the province. Details will be available. Can they keep some stores open?
Well, agency stores would stay open because they're non-union. So there's small stores in rural areas, largely in rural areas, they'll stay open. There'll still be beer, wine, and cider in grocery stores, but they might run out of product. But I just on all that stuff there. The LCBO made $2.4 billion in profits last year. The improvements we're seeking to the work lives, right, to the work lives of the workers, would cost them absolutely nothing. So it really begs the question, why are they behaving that way? So here I'd like to issue George Soleil as a challenge. I'll debate him anywhere, anytime in the next few days that he wants to talk about his proposals on the table, and I'll defend ours.
You guys both have an open invitation to do that right here.
I'd love to do that.
I'll give you some airtime. All right, thank you very much. Let's go upstairs. Here's Mel.